Well, another day of moderate to light rain showers across the Tokyo area due to Yagi, which has just been lingering offshore but really being dissipated out today, did cause some heavy rainfall in the Izu Islands. Actually, totals on the screen here about 118 millimeters there. Down to Kyushu, you saw in the past 72 hours, though, over 380 millimeters. Now, that was indirectly associated with Yagi, actually more or less due to the rainy season front. But nonetheless, it did have some heavy rainfall here over the past several days. But like I said, light to moderate showers. If you take a look at the satellite picture, Yagi is a shell of its former self. It really not even shell. It's just completely dissipated here. It's what we expected. Now, you still have the winds out here. You still have a good circulation, and winds right around about 65 kilometers per hour at the center of circulation with this storm system. But the precipitation is all but gone. Now, the Izu Islands, like I said, out here off the mainland coast, you saw that rain over 100 millimeters in the past 24 hours. Tokai region really didn't see as much as we expected. Just dreary conditions for you here. So it's winding down in Japan. You're going to see some much fairer weather here going into, well, and throughout the rest of the week. Now, Thursday, still some light showers near the coast, very well possible. Because of this guy, he's still going to linger out here, and he's still going to pull that moisture on shore. And if we take a look, actually, at one of the models here and from the European, or how about GFS, and you can still see there's a pretty decent circulation of winds around this, and that's what I'm talking about. As it does continue to spin there, it's going to grab that moisture and push onshore, and just those light showers throughout the next several days. Just the coastal Japan here on the Pacific coast, Tokai, Kinki, even into the Kanto area. Just have an umbrella ready. It's rainy season. This is what you're going to be expecting. Model output, all having the storm system die off in the next 24, 48 hours. The other thing we're keeping an eye on, and as you see here in the title though, low pressure area here. And take a look at that. Many of the models pulling a storm system just west of Hong Kong. And, well, really the bulk of the moisture is going to be on the right side of this. So if all these models stay in play, we're going to see a lot of rainfall and some gusty winds in the Hong Kong, Guangdong area. Also over towards the Philippines, some moisture pushing onshore across your area just due to this big, well, kind of like a monsoonal gyre. We've seen areas like this called that in the past, a big wide circulation wrapping around a center of a low pressure right near that, and that is what we're going to be seeing here throughout the next several days at the very least. Models, though, on the other hand, if we're going to talk about models, they are extremely split in the next 24 to 48 hours. And that is not something that is quite common. When you get to the 24 to 48 hour period, models tend to want to come together and really just get on the same page. Well, this is going through, well, Thursday morning. We're going to push us ahead here from the GFS model we're showing you first. Pulling off there, that big monsoonal gyre flow, the large circulation, remember I was talking about that? Well, that's still going to pull off there towards the north. As we look ahead into Friday evening, it starts to meander around Henan. And all this moisture on the east side of it, just like I said, it's going to be pushing on shore if the GFS model has its way. It's really those gusty winds as well. And this is Hong Kong. Take a look at that. You could be seeing some gale force winds, about 35 knots or greater, pushing on shore. Well, pull up the precipitation at the same time. The MSL here, center of circulation over here. And look at that banding of rainfall. That's what I'm talking about. It's grabbing that moisture, pulling it across Vietnam, over towards the South China Sea, western coast of the Philippines and Luzon. You can see some heavy rainfall out of this, and then eventually off towards the coastline. This area has been getting hit by flooding rains recently. This is not going to be welcomed at the very least. But at the same time, let's take a look at what the European model says. Now, this is Friday night into Saturday morning. A little bit weaker, but you still see that banding of rain pulling here, and then eventually off there towards the north. And if we even rewind this just a tad bit, we can take a look at Friday morning, and that moisture's still there, and that's really where the bulk of the precipitation is coming on shore. So Friday afternoon and the evening, definitely this is going to bring some rainfall near the coastal areas over towards western Philippines, and also Taiwan. You're going to get on similar to this as well. Even if this doesn't become a tropical system as far as a named system, I still think that this is the next area to watch just because of its broad circulation, that heavy rainfall, even over towards Vietnam, Cambodia. See that moisture inflow coming in? This center of circulation is going to have, well, wide-reaching effects with that possible risk of flooding out here. Now, there's another thing, and this is what I'm talking about, the split in the models, is that We are also seeing the high-resolution coamps model here. You can see the center of circulation here already. It shows this pretty strong, so it's initializing already kind of on the strong side. This is going through Wednesday evening. Watch this. This is a little bit different than the other models. It draws this into a typhoon and pulls it off there directly at Hong Kong by Friday morning. I know one of our authors here, James Reynolds, here flying in and out of Hong Kong. Good luck on it if this was to happen. Now, I don't think this is going to happen. I really think that it's going to remain a broad circulation here in the next 24 to 48 hours. But this is quite interesting. This is a high res and usually dependable with 48 hours or less. So definitely is this scenario possible? I think so. Is it plausible? Not really. It would be a lower percentage if I was going to put a percentage on it if this scenario unfolding. One reason is because of that rainy season front, the same problem we had here just off the coast of Japan. It stretches down there towards the south across southern China. You can see the wind shear here about 40 to 50 knots right near the coastline. Really low where the storm system is evolving, and that is one reason why I think that particular model wants to organize very quickly. And if it did organize, it would have to initialize and generate very quickly in the next 24 to 48 hours. And then as it drifts off there towards the north, though, it's going to slam into that wall of shear and decrease its intensity. Sea surface temperatures, and this map here from our friends at Weather Underground, those are definitely in favor. I mean, we're seeing upward over 30-degree temperatures there into the South China Sea. But that factor of this organizing, it's definitely there as far as the sea surface temperatures. Let's take a look at the streamline analysis here with actually the 850 megabars background flow. And we can see where this would be going. If it's right here, it's going to slowly drift off towards the north. We can see that overall background flow, the high pressure ridge off here towards the east. Main reason why Yagi's sitting still, take a look at the high pressure there. We got another high pressure just off there towards the west. This guy down here, that's just sitting in place. This system, on the other hand, it's going to follow along the western periphery of this one and pull it off there towards the north. So you're going to see it slowly drift there, and that's why around Hong Kong we're actually going to be seeing the effects of this quite strongly going into Friday and Saturday. But not just there, once again, really across the Philippines. So I also expect some areas to see over 250 millimeters of rainfall. Definitely the risk of flooding, landslides into the west coast. Manila as well, I do expect you to see some showers. I know on Tuesday we saw some pretty rough weather out there, so it's going to be spinning up yet again. And then towards the east of the Philippines, a few areas are developing, or a few models are developing an area rated here by the weekend as well. So let's continue to keep an eye on that. Thanks for watching, though, everybody. That's all for today for at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, can you please put them down into the comment box below? Always appreciate the feedback. Also, if you watched down to this point, put something in the comment box down below. And also, please don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to us here at Westpac Weather, or go to the Facebook and Twitter page as well. But thanks for watching, though. I know very long update, like 8 minutes now. So, yeah, bye.